Hi, I'm Miss Jenny,
And I'm Miss Rebecca.
and we are your Farmington Community Library teen librarians.
We are here today to talk to you about one of the most exciting teen events of the year, and that is Battle of the Books. Woohoo! We just love Battle of the Books. It's one of our favorite events of the year because it is really just not only a great opportunity to read some amazing books, but it's also a really great opportunity to just have some fun with your friends.
And the last part, okay, all right, getting together with friends, reading fun books, and getting prizes for doing that. Now that's pretty cool, I think.
So let's talk about the team for a little bit. Even though I know prizes are exciting, we will get to that in a little bit. But let's talk about the teams first, because that's the first thing you need. So to get a team together, you're going to need 4 to 6 people, and they have to be in 6th through 8th grade. So it has to be a middle school student. And the only other stipulation is that you have to live or go to school in Farmington or Farmington Hills. Now that can mean you can go to one of the schools in those towns, or you can be a homeschooled student in those towns as well. You just have to be in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade and live or go to school in Farmington and Farmington Hills. That's it.
All right, now once you got your friends together, the next piece of the puzzle is you need a team manager. Now that's an adult, at least 18 years old, who is basically just your assistant, right? You know, you guys can get all this done, but it's nice to have somebody to help coordinate getting people together, figuring out where you're getting the books, you know, practicing questions, things like that. So that could be a parent, that could be a teacher, that could be an older sibling, just an adult that can help you keep this all organized, okay?
Now, the third part of getting your team together is the name. Now, the name is really important because the name is what's going to play into the costumes. Yes, there is a costumes aspect to this as well. Now, don't panic. Don't think you have to go out and spend a whole bunch of money on creating this big elaborate costume. Absolutely not. You can go to the dollar store. You can make it from stuff that you've got around the house. It doesn't have to be really intricate or crazy or expensive. It just has to match the team name that you guys have picked, and it should be pretty fun. Something fun that you guys want to work on together and put on together to wear the night of battle.
So for example, like one of my favorite teams ever was the jellyfish, right? So there were 5 teams, right? And 3 of them had white t-shirts with like black and orange spots and like little fins on their faces, right? So they were fish, right? And the other 2 had put poster board to make this like circles, little suspenders to hold it up. And it said jelly on the front. And they were the jellyfish. So much fun and just so silly, but it was so simple and so much fun.
And a couple of the teams that won last year were really clever as well. One team was the Among Us team, and they had made these really cool paper mache like Among Us costumes. And then there was another team that was the Hunger Gamers, which is obviously based on that really awesome book series that is super popular still to this day.
All right, so 3 most important things to get started for battle is get 4 to 6 people together, right? 6th through 8th grade to be part of your team. Get a team manager, that's a trusted adult, and figure out your team name, all right? And then you go online to register.
So the registration to find that is very, very simple. You can actually go right to the Farmington Library's website, which is www.farmlib.org. And if you find the little tab at the top under services and go down to the teen scene, you will find the Battle of the Books information. You can register there, or you can also get it from your teacher or media aide. They will have that information for you as well. Now, the registration itself starts Friday, February 10th. So don't forget that date. And the very last day you can register is Monday, March 20th. So you have a little over a month to get your team together, get the name, get all the participants, and just have everything ready to go. And the books themselves will also be going out next Friday, February 10th. So the day that Battle of the Books starts on February 10th, you will be able to come and get your books at either location. We'll have some at Farmington, FCL Farmington, and some at FCL Farmington Hills.
All right, so you got your team together, all right? You've all been reading the books. Now we do recommend that if you like for each book have 2 people on your team read it. That way, you got somebody to double check things with, or somebody's sick, you got somebody who's still an expert in the book, right? All right, so you got your team together, you've read the books, you've made your costumes, you're gonna show up at the Caustic Center, all right? That is the big activity center on 11 Mile near Middlebelt, all right? We are gonna be there, Miss Rebecca and myself, and we're hoping you will all join us. It's Monday night, April 17th at 7 p.m., all right? You're gonna show up in costume, get everybody together. It's loud, all right? There's a lot of you all, there's just a couple of us, but it's so much fun, all right? We see all these costumes, we see all these people hanging out together, everybody's laughing, all right? And then we say, okay, we need everybody's attention, everybody be quiet down kind of thing, right? And then we'll start asking the questions, all right? Now, these are not like trivia questions that are like philosophical questions or essay questions or your opinion of the book. We want to know your opinion of the book, but we're not going to ask you that at battle. That's no fun. We're going to ask you questions that have a one-word answer, okay? So, for example, if we said in the book, Josie has an adventure, what color was Josie's bike? Am I going to say the answer is like yellow with blue spots?
Nope.
Or am I going to say the answer is it flies?
Nope.
I'm going to say the answer is yellow or blue or green or purple. It's a one-word answer straight from the book, okay? Really easy. We'll throw a couple of tricky ones in there, but for the most part, are there things you're going to recognize from the book, okay? So we say the question, we give you a couple, 30 seconds to answer. We say pencils down. We say, okay, here is the last name of the author. Here is the answer. And everybody starts doing the wave because they got it right. And we go, all right, question number 2. And we do it again, all right? A lot of fun. And then after that, 30 questions, and then a magician is going to be on stage. We've got a really cool one lined up for this year, too.
Now, let's talk about a really exciting part about it, which is the prizes, which is, I know what you guys have been really excited to hear about. So the prizes, we give out prizes for the first, second, and third place teams that get the most answers right for the trivia questions. And those prizes actually are Barnes & Noble gift cards. Can you believe how exciting that is? It's so exciting. Barnes & Noble gift cards for the first top 3 winners of the trivia contest.
Now, those are pretty exciting, but the winners of the costume contest also have something pretty exciting, which is Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum gift cards. All right, so costume contest, Marvin's Marvelous Mechanical Museum, trivia contest is Barnes & Noble.
All kinds of prizes.
All right, so we talked about the teams.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about the prizes.
Uh-huh.
I think it's time for Miss Rebecca's absolute favorite part of Battle of the Books, which is...
The books! The
Yes!
books, the books, the books! We think you're going to really love the books that we have lined up for you this year. Our teen advisory board helped us pick them out. They're absolutely fantastic, all of them, so let's get into it. The first one is Fast Pitch by Nick Stone. So this is a realistic fiction story about a young black girl who is the captain of a softball team, and she's dealing with how hard that is to be the only black team in the whole league. She's got to deal with a lot of that, but she also has to deal with a lot of stuff going on with her family, a mystery from the past that comes up. It's a wonderful book that's great and has to do with sports. Fantastic.
Our second book for this year is Green Glass House by Kate Milford. All right. Now this is a mystery, and it's not like a fantasy, but it's like a kind of like a
Puzzles.
Historical, out of this world sort of thing, right? This is a small inn in the middle of nowhere where nothing ever happens, especially during the winter. Except this particular winter, there's a lot of people showing up and a lot of weird stuff going on, and our main characters are trying to survive.
Oh, that is exciting. So this next one is a very personal favorite of mine, Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Austin. Now this is a fantasy sort of story. If you liked books about magical schools, you will absolutely love this. It's about a main character, a girl who is dealing with the loss of her brother, but then she finds out that maybe he isn't gone, he's just missing, and she gets roped into this supernatural Bureau of Investigations to try to compete to make herself get a place in this, so she can actually try to search for her brother. This book has everything. It's got danger, it's got excitement, it's got magic, it's got a cool school. It is so great. Amari and the Night Brothers.
All right, not quite so exciting, but a really amazing read. This is The Remarkable Journey of Coyote Sunrise, I always say that wrong, by Dan Giemenhart. All right, now this is our realistic pick for this year. This is a story of a young woman who just discovered that the last place that she spent time with some people she loved is about to be torn down and made into something else. And she's got 3 days to get her father and their bus, which is their home, across the United States to try and make that stop. Really good book.
All right. The next one is a really fun genre, which is graphic novels. The Secret Garden on 81st Street. So if you've heard of the classic novel, The Secret Garden, this is a modern day retelling of that, but in graphic novel form. And this follows the story of a young girl named Mary who is living on the West Coast. After the sudden loss of her parents, she then is moving to New York City to live with her uncle and his son. So it is her dealing with the loss of her parents, but also dealing with a whole new place. She's living in a whole new city. It's such a beautiful exploration of grief, of loss, but also of hope, and finding beauty in places where you least expect it.
Really good one. Speaking of really good, I think a lot of you are going to recognize the author of this last one. She's a very popular author, and I can't pronounce her name, so I'm going to ask Miss Rebecca to give me a hand.
Okay, I will try.
All right. This is Winter Kill by
Marcia Forchuk Skrypunch. Sky Punch! No, that's not it. Skrypunch.
Thank God for Miss Rebecca. You guys know I can't pronounce anything. But Winter Kill is her brand new novel. It just came out, and it deals with 1930s Ukraine, all right, when there is a really bad winter, a really bad famine, and two young people who are trying to figure out how to help their families survive, all right? This one's a tough read, but if you've read any of her other books, you know that this is going to be awesome.
So those are the books we've got lined up for you this year. We're really very excited about it. We hope that you're going to love them just as much as we do. So to wrap it all up, basically, what you're going to need to participate in Battle of the Books is a team manager, and a team name. You're going to need to read 6 awesome books, and you're going to put together some fun and crazy costumes and then show up on the night of April 17th for Battle itself.
We'll be there. We'll hope you'll be there. And if you have any questions or, I don't know, if you just want to say hi, you know where we are. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.